This also leads to him taking out the entire Red Ribbon Army, an organization that he can identify as purely evil. Where did this desire to take down those who do evil even come from?
Hold on now. That nigga Goku, like, moral compasses be damned in that arc. Goku was casually putting bodies on pavement. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm totally recording this video with chat. They're just not on the screen. It's not like, for whatever unknown reason, we stream till 4 in the morning. So as a result, my sleep schedule's kind of cooked. And even though I'm awake right now, I don't have enough energy to stream. Nothing like that could possibly be happening.
If you're watching this video, probably live right now.
But today, we are going to be asking a simple question. Is Son Goku a hero? Because I think we all agree that Goku's not like, you know, a boo-ha-ha-ha villain, hence the Goku Black thing. But is he truly what a hero is? Let's find out. Last and certainly not least, shout out to Cartoons Dojo. We have the same birthday. That's crazy.
Yes, Goku is a hero. I feel like the prevalence of superheroes in media has...
Oh, well, 4 seconds. Oh, cool. Nice. Well, now we know. Take care, stay blessed. See you next time.
Caused a lot of people to forget what being a hero is. You could be a hero without acting like a superhero. While superheroes help as much as they can, often seeking out people in need and executing their own moral codes in the process, a hero can just be a person that does good when the opportunity to do good presents itself. So if that...
Yeah, and he, like, granted, he did it in 24 seconds. That's how you know I'm like a Hall of Fame yapper. But that was going to be my RKO out of nowhere at the end. I think with characters like Goku... Hell, even obviously been watching One Piece character like Luffy. You guys, I would even argue Yuji Itadori when we were talking about that. And we had a video breaking down if Yuji was a hero. Link in the description below? Probably not. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of these characters, for the most part, yes, in terms of being a genuine Captain Underpants, Superman, tra-la-la-la-la as superhero, no, they're not those characters. But more often than not, Yuji, Luffy, Goku, Naruto probably is like nicer than all of them niggas, granted, but they wouldn't just look at somebody starving, look at somebody about to die and just be like, fuck it. Like, no, they're genuine, like, good people at the end of the day. They have I would say, a more just moral compass than they don't. And I would go further on to say that, yeah, in terms of their verse, and many people in their verse would refer to them as heroes. Absolutely.
When the series first begins, Goku is the one to advocate for saving Turtle, despite it not being something directly beneficial to himself. Remember when Goku was saved by a mouse? And in return, he saved the mouse from a collapsing undersea cavern? That's not what most people would do, but he saw it as the good and right thing to do. As a kid, Goku is possibly at his most heroic when he puts aside his own quest for his grandfather's Dragon Ball in order to revive Appa's father, Bora. This is not just doing a basic good he can easily perform. It's an action that directly hinders him because the Dragon Balls scatter after a wish is made. It's important to remember that Goku hadn't trained with Master Karin at this point, so he wasn't nearly as fast as he would be by the end of the arc, meaning he didn't know he'd be able to grab the 4-star Dragon Ball before it scattered away until way later. This choice was entirely...
Maybe Goku had the capability of jumping that high. I don't think nobody cares about this statement too. Well, I mean, I doubt YouTube comments. But, like, I would argue the training helped him even do that. Like, it's so many things that Goku does in original Dragon Ball. When you remember his initial plan all along was just to revive his grandfather. And for, like, spoilers, it never happens. But for, like, how long it doesn't happen, it's like, damn, Goku's really a good fucking guy. A good fucking tot in this case.
Entirely made at his own expense. Of course, this also leads to him taking out the entire Red Ribbon Army, an organization that he can identify as purely evil. But where did this desire to take down those who do evil even come from?
Well, hold on now. I know somebody's gonna comment it, and to a degree they have a point I would just disagree with, but that nigga Goku, like, moral compasses be damned in that arc. I was looking at Goku in this arc, like, Goku, I get it, you know, fuck the bad guys. I agree with you. Like, you don't want to side with bad guys, but hey.
They're dying.
Goku was casually, whether it's the manga or the anime, me personally, I actually prefer the anime scene there. Goku was casually putting bodies on pavement. Like nothing. Like he just wasn't doing these things. And we've seen several anime where people will like cook the random NPCs, but like Goku was literally
murdering people.
Goku is actively sending people to the moon. Like, oh, holy shit, bro.
During his training with Master Roshi, Goku was taught to take out those who do evil in one mighty blast, a lesson that doesn't seem to sink in immediately, but manages to stick with him based on his actions going forward. Just look at how he handles Commander Black at the end of their fight. Commander Black is a bad guy, and Goku doesn't let bad guys get away. The Red Ribbon Army arc also has this line, which usually shuts people up who treat Dragon Ball Z Abridged like it's canon. Goku goes on to save the world from the Demon King Piccolo and his henchmen.
Gang. Hey, Carthu, man. I heard the frustration in your voice, gang. And to that, I say, look, I think Carthu would agree. Many Dragon Ball YouTubers would agree. TFS legends. DBZA iconic, legendary. Hell, what I'm about to say isn't even a pre-butt in terms of negativity for that series. The butt is for y'all. However, y'all perception of it, though. Holy! I did think some of you guys like rewatched Dragon Ball DBZA so much well, I don't think that I know you guys have watched DBZA over and over and over again because you guys will literally quote the entire fucking episode, which is definitely a level to how entertaining that series is, and it truly really is that good. But it got to a point now where like there's hella misconceptions in the community, and Goku probably is the king of that character in terms of, okay, y'all thought Goku was like this, and if you actually watch Dragon Ball Z, hell, even Super, yeah, that's not Goku at all.
Something that fortune teller Baba foretold after first meeting him. He doesn't chase down Tambourine to have a good fight. He hunts him down to avenge Krillin and to eliminate evil. When facing a rejuvenated Demon King Piccolo, he isn't excited to see Piccolo's new power. He wants to beat him because of the bad things that he's done. When Goku wins, he isn't happy to have beaten a strong enemy. He actually cries because this victory means so little after the death and destruction that Piccolo caused. The fight may be over, but Master Roshi and Krillin will stay dead forever because Piccolo killed Shenron. This is even shown to be exactly what he's thinking about when he immediately asks Ten Shinhan if Shenron is actually dead. He fought for them, not for himself, and now that the fight is over, he finally gets his chance to grieve. So Goku not only saved the world, but he fought for the sake of others and not himself? Yeah, that's pretty heroic to me. This is where Goku's morality shift begins as he starts sparing villains for a few arcs, but that's a topic for a different video. If anything though, sparing villains is in line with a lot of superhero morality, but I will admit, Goku's reasons aren't always the most selfless.
Yeah, so this is where the conversation will, he used the word shift, and that's actually probably the word that I'll use as well. This is where the conversation will change, alter, see, I told you just use the word shift, but this is where the conversation goes. Does his heroic, because I think in original Dragon Ball, nobody is going to argue that Goku's not a hero. You can argue he's ignorant and does good out of, like, without knowing things. That'd be the highest you could go. But Goku, for the most part, as a tot, is definitely a hero. Where people would then try to argue he's not is this version of Goku. Goku when he's grown up. Goku when, why are we sparing Vegeta? Just because I want to fight him again. I can't really explain it, but I do. When he spares Frieza, knowing all the bad that Frieza's done. When he kind of like trolls in the Buu saga, and even in the Cell saga, I would argue that's where he truly is like yet again on that heroic nature. But then
Sacrifice King Kai for it.
Yeah, I think for the most part, it literally once Goku grows up, this is where the conversation begins. So let's see what Carthu has to say about this.
He spares Piccolo for a number of reasons. Not wanting Kami to die, wanting to win the tournament, wanting a rival to keep him strong, and also because he saw a change in him, something different from the evil of the original Demon King Piccolo. It's not like Goku is choosing to not defeat the threat in front of him, and if he has to, he will still kill them, like he tries to do with Frieza in the main timeline, or like he successfully does in the future timeline. Enough about his mercy for now though, because like I said, that'll be for a different video. Goku's heroics are still numerous, even if he isn't going out of his way to kill his enemies like he used to. I'd say that Goku sacrificing himself to save the Earth and his son is extremely heroic. Of course, it comes after the mistake of letting Raditz go, but that's why the sacrifice feels compelling, and why Goku is relatable. He isn't perfect, but he can still do good. He can still be a hero. When fighting Nappa, he once again is doing it for others rather than himself, saying their names with every attack he lands to remind Nappa why.
I'm about to say, he literally punch by punch name drops who the shit's for, bruh. Goku literally slid for his dead homies.
This beatdown is happening. It's not for fun, it's for his friends who died and for the Earth. Any enjoyment in the fight comes second to doing what's right. He even wants Vegeta and Nappa to leave, potentially robbing him of a fun fight against Vegeta because protecting the Earth is the priority. Later on Namek, Goku speaks almost like a superhero with how much he cares about doing what's right and fighting for the sake of others. Once he becomes a Super Saiyan, he even tells Frieza that the Saiyans died because they were evil. This is the first time that we hear Goku directly say that evil is a path that leads to assured self-destruction. He may be
Yeah. Furthermore, honestly, Carthu, if you really wanted to be a dick about it, because Carthu's clearly like using the manga heavily in this video. Carthu, if you wanted to be a dick, just use the dub. Yo, that Goku?
Oh, he's Superman.
Dub Goku? In fact, let me pull up. Because, like, when he spears Vegeta in the manga, he's literally like, I can't explain it. In the dub, I think this is Kai, so it might not be the same.
If we let him live, he'll just keep on hurting people.
But you've got to listen to me. This might sound crazy, but just now when it looked like you were about to kill him, I couldn't help but think it'd be such a waste. I thought I'd gotten as strong as I could possibly get. Then I saw Vegeta fight. And he's so much faster.
This is Kai. It might actually be accurate to the manga, because that's the whole thing with Kai. And if so, I need to go to the original clip.
When I see somebody who's that strong, my heart starts racing because I realize I still have farther to go. It makes me want to train myself even harder, to push myself to their level.
Okay, Kai.
I need to be able to fight him again someday.
Okay, Kai. Hey, I know the stigma with Dragon Ball Kai. 1 minute it's peaked, and the next minute y'all hate it, then the next minute it's peaked, then the next minute y'all hate it. Okay, though, they did that. They did that shit. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty damn accurate. Almost ruined my video. But all right, I found a Dragon Ball Z clip. Let's try this.
He's pure evil.
No, let him go, Krillin. Show him what it means to be merciful.
See? You see what I mean? I don't even, like, I'm gonna continue the clip, but like that's already like, whoa.
When Piccolo first came to us, he was just as evil as his father had been.
Yeah, he literally doubles down on the he'll change thing in this version. Versus in Kai and in the manga, he's like, oh, this nigga ain't gonna change. I agree with you. And ironically, technically, Superman Goku over here, the one that's on the screen, is right, and the one in the manga is technically wrong. We know what happens with Vegeta, but that's what I'm saying. It's like two different iterations. I'm gonna finish the clip just so I'm not like blue balling you guys, but then we'll move on.
He nearly destroyed not only me, but the entire planet. And now?
And now he's one of us.
Right. And if someone as evil as Piccolo can change, I think anyone can.
Krillin stabbed him.
Vegeta deserves to have that same chance. By showing him that the people of this planet have compassion and can show mercy, maybe he can learn to show some of his own. Piccolo learned, and now he's not only a powerful ally, he's also a good friend. He even took care of Gohan while I was gone, and traded his own life to protect him. Who knows? Vegeta might do the same thing for one of us someday.
Like, those are two entirely different scripts. I'm glad I did that. So yeah, Carthu, if you wanted to just manipulate your fans, just use the dub.
Talking like a superhero, but he's also still Goku, and Goku, after being revealed to be a Saiyan, gets even more excitement from fighting, which is often explained by his genetics. Unlike some modern Dragon Ball content, though, he often clarifies that this excitement is mixed with another emotion, proving that he cares about far more than just the fight ahead of him. The best example is in the Cell Saga.
Yep,
when asked if he's nervous or excited, he says both, which is a good balance, because being excited to fight someone strong and being nervous for the fate of the world that you call home are not mutually exclusive. The Cell Saga is when Goku shifts back to being less merciful, though, specifically saying that Cell needs to be killed, and that sticks for the rest of the original manga. Speaking of the Cell Saga, this is when Goku has a very mature realization. He won't be around forever. His efforts to train Gohan up to the level of his potential are motivated by his own mortality. Goku had
I wouldn't call like preparing the next generation heroic, but I damn well think it's like a commendable trait, a very positive and mature trait to have, to the point where I don't know if it qualifies or classifies you as a hero. Being a mentor makes you a hero, but it's something. I don't know the fucking word, but it's something.
Been told of the fate of an Earth without him there to protect it. He came close to facing a permanent end when he got the heart virus, and he realizes that the world needs a protector for when he's gone. It also helps that Gohan is the only one strong enough to kill Cell, of course, but this idea sticks into the Buu saga with Goten and Trunks. He's already dead at that point, so he wants to leave killing Buu to the next generation. Something I've called a failure on his part, but is important to understanding his fairly heroic mindset. Putting the future of Earth above his own desires as a combatant is heroic, even if it ultimately fails to defeat the threat at hand and leads to the Earth getting destroyed. Going back to the Cell saga though, it's impossible to talk about Goku.
I'll just start laughing. It's funny as fuck how Kid Buu just spawns in and the nigga just goes, boom. It's just so crazy. They're just like, yo, what is that real Buu? Oh, he's short as shit. He's short as shit. And the planet's gone.
Goku being a hero without bringing up his sacrifice against Cell. While he was wrong to put Gohan in the position where he's the only one who can save the Earth without telling him, he makes up for his mistake by sacrificing himself and covering up for Gohan's mistake of not finishing Cell while he had the chance. This sacrifice is not done for the thrill of a fight. It was done because there was no other way Goku could save the Earth. There is no denying that this sacrifice, while knowing Earth's Dragon Balls can't revive him anymore and that his friends have no way to get to New Namek currently, is extremely heroic. But I think what solidifies this as a heroic act is what happens after the battle with Cell ends and Gohan is victorious. Goku tells his friends not to try to revive him. He wants to stay dead because Bulma had mentioned to him that threats come to Earth because of him. And people say this decision was stupid, but is it really? All the recent threats to Earth directly, like the Saiyans, Mecha Frieza and King Cold, the androids, and Cell are all on Earth specifically to go after Goku.
Yeah, and not only that, I hate that idea that Goku was dumb for this. It's a hindsight take. It's like in hindsight, I mean, the androids were getting made anyway, but then at that point, it's like, yeah, because of Goku, dickhead. Frieza would have found out anyway. I guess Frieza maybe one day would have found Earth via looking for the Dragon Balls if the dynamic mission went awry somehow. Fine, cool, whatever. Well, the Saiyans one day, it's like same shit. Like, I guess, hypothetically, sure, one day Earth was going to have Majin Buu touch down and Beerus may have blown it up, sure, but at the end of the day, if you're Goku in the situation, as we just mentioned, the Saiyans touchdown, looking for yo ass. Frieza touchdown, looking to slide back for yo ass. The Red Ribbon Army, the androids and Cell, again, for you. And Majin Buu is literally just, I'm going to strong planets. If Goku was there, oh, that makes it even easier. So at that point, yes, sure, hindsight-wise, Earth could have been doomed to fail one day anyway, woo. But the idea that, like, Goku was just not even misguided here, because you could argue misguided, but just stupid is ridiculous.
Earth was considered small and worthless, so Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa would have never gone there, let alone Frieza and King Cold. Goku did destroy the Red Ribbon Army, which was a good thing, but it did lead to a potentially far worse future with people constantly seeking revenge on him and an insane escalation of artificial human technology to compensate. From Goku's perspective, the best thing for the future of the Earth is to leave Gohan as its protector while he moves on into a peaceful afterlife. Of course, Goku does come back in the Buu saga, but initially it's only for his one day on Earth. It's important to remember that as the story was being written, many of its elements weren't actually planned out. So when Goku takes the threat of Buu very seriously at first, he's telling the truth. Alright, so I do have to talk about how the introduction of Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu saga affects Goku's characterization, because that's what the damn video's about, but I promise I'll keep...
He's gonna start hating. Nah, he about to lie. He about to lie through his teeth. Yeah, go ahead and start hating again. Call through, push agendas.
Bit brief. Super Saiyan 3's introduction makes Goku a retroactive liar, being able to easily stop Majin Vegeta and by extension Buu's resurrection entirely. But this is covered up, though not perfectly or well, like I've argued.
He won't even let it slide.
Don't let the form breathe.
recently in a video, by Goku's uncertainty regarding the amount of time he'd have as a Super Saiyan 3. This also doesn't excuse him not killing Buu when he had the chance though, and for me, it makes me dislike Goku's characterization in the middle of this arc. The striking difference between his willingness to sideline the tournament in favor of handling the threat and saying he won't hold back are undercut by the reveal of an ultimately pretty useless transformation. Okay, now no more Super Saiyan 3 trash talk for a little while, I promise. Goku is still decently mature and heroic even after Super Saiyan 3's reveal though. He still understands that his time on Earth is fleeting, and he needs to do everything that he can to make sure the next generation is in a position to take over. Once he's back in the afterlife and he finds out Gohan is still alive, he supervises his son's training until it's time for him to return to protect the Earth. Ultimately, despite his best efforts to avoid it, Goku has to return to life to help finish off Buu once and for all. But now he understands that great threats to the Earth are not solely caused by him. His reasoning for staying dead no longer makes sense, so he can teach the next generation by being there to do so directly. He even
also the fact that it wasn't Goten or Trunks or Gotenks or Gohan being the successor, that doesn't then not make his actions heroic. I think a lot of times when we have debates, and we're gonna have a debate on stream tonight, but yeah, I think what's gonna happen and what typically happens in Dragon Ball debates is we try to like disqualify counterpoints too much. And for any person that thinks, nah, Goku's not a hero because you can't use the Buu Saga because they didn't have to do it, Goku ended up having to do it. Yeah, but that doesn't change the intent behind the actions, gang. At the end of the day, Goku was actively looking for a successor to usurp him to take over. The idea that, oh, but he got the wrong guy twice, and then he even never tries to find the right guy until fucking Oob later on. I still wouldn't then view that as Goku not having a heroic action or just not counting, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Has something to look forward to, a new defender of Earth and a true successor in the form of Oob. Before we get to that though, I think we can all agree that Goku in the original series and Goku in Dragon Ball Super are written at least a little bit differently. Even in his best moments, Dragon Ball Super Goku often has this focus on his own excitement and enjoyment of a fight as the priority, while in the original series, it would often be the secondary motivator. Because of this, it's hard to analyze his heroics in comparison to the original manga because his context is just different. Though I will say, he still has some level of maturity in crucial situations, like taking the threat of Zamasu and Goku.
I was gonna say, for any person that's gonna say, yeah, he lost his heroism there, no. Goku's just, in my opinion, Goku just becomes this like overly confident guy in Super. And some people argue that's a bad thing for his character. I think it's a realistic thing for his character. He literally achieves fucking godhood, like the name of literally being a Super Saiyan God, and then a Super Saiyan God that's achieved Super Saiyan, so now they're beyond the levels of a Super Saiyan God, if you will. But seriously, he becomes a Super Saiyan God. Then I won't even call it blue here, a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and then obviously the later forms with Ultra Instinct and shit. At that point, I could understand Goku feeling like a guy that has shit under control. Now the lax thing, the off guard thing, that's a different thing, but that's going down a rabbit hole of why you love or hate Super Goku, and maybe call him stupid Super Goku, as I almost said initially. But in terms of heroism, Goku, for the most part, yes, he does have his selfish ambitions pushed right to your fucking face. He can spoon feed you that shit. But I think at the end of the day, when it comes to Goku Black and when it comes to fucking Frieza, I'm still a believer that he was gonna do Frieza dirty by the end of that arc. No, Goku's still that guy. He's still looking out for what's best. He's just a bit overconfident. Whether that's good or bad, go for it.
Goku Black, seriously. Goku was ready to blow off Zamasu' head if he didn't forget he was immortal, or in the manga, he tries to Hakai merge Zamasu with a risky, untested technique. He's not trying to keep them around for a good fight. He's trying to eliminate them because they're the threat in front of him. He's even extremely mature, and I'd argue actually heroic, when understanding that characters like Broly and Granola are being manipulated, and they shouldn't fight if they're doing so under false pretenses, even though it's at the cost of his own enjoyment. He does love to fight and have fun, seemingly more than any other version of Goku, yet he still tries to do the right thing and give these foes a chance to step away from an unnecessary conflict. When it came to Moro, Goku took up the responsibility of taking him down and protecting the universe, even if he'd prefer that Moro just return to prison, to maybe train, to maybe change his ways. Regardless of what he wants though, In the end, Goku is still the one to deliver the finishing blow to protect everything and everyone. Not to mention him being proud of Gohan for mastering the Beast form recently in the DBS manga, allowing Goku to rest easy, knowing that the next generation can protect Earth when he finally does pass on. I would go deeper on Dragon Ball Super's version of Goku, but considering the fact that there are 2 continuities and it was made in an entirely different context, I feel like it would actually deserve its own video. I do think that Goku is still a hero in modern Dragon Ball stories, though, even if I find the way he's written some—
I prefer it here for my content here, but then I'm just the reactor, right? Such a lazy creator I am.
By the way, comment below if you guys want my like offline videos again. I've had the urge to do them, but just ain't found the time. My sleep schedule is
Dog shit!
times to be questionable, which leaves us with Oob, the character that's a culmination of Goku's desires and responsibilities. I like to think of Oob as Goku's reward. This works as a good endpoint for Goku's journey and the original story because Oob fulfills both Goku's responsibilities to protecting the Earth as well as his more selfish desires to have an enjoyable fight with no threat attached. When the moment comes and he needs to protect the Earth, his family, his friends, or even the whole universe, he'll be there to do it. And to me, that makes him a hero. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and
yeah, it's for me to conclude this video, not to keep echoing things, but I think to argue Goku's not a hero, you have to do a ton. One, you have to be very, very, very not even technical, because technical definitions favor Goku. So I think to make Goku not a hero, you have to kind of get into a semantics argument in terms of what defines a hero. So that's one. Then you have to point out very specific niche moments outside of the flagrant, obvious shit that goes on in Dragon Ball. I think ultimately, Goku's obviously a good fucking guy, man. My glorious king protects the Earth, bro. Except when Kid Buu spawned. What? Nah. He's like, oh, okay, so this is the grass, all right? Yeah, no. What? Ooh. Nice shot. Okay.
Whoa, he's mad! That blast had enough power to destroy the entire planet!
The nigga took this as a contest.
We can't stop that! Hey, why are you doing this? There'll be nothing left at all! Please, Boo!
He said, what? You just bricked him up, Goku.
Vegeta, are you on? Go!
Oh, I didn't show the destruction thing. Anyway, take care, stay blessed, see you next time. And editor, show the funny part of that.